quickly, and since this is a parliament, we are allowed to argue a bit when one of the presenters presents a point. So I'll start off by engaging on some of the issues the former candidate has spoken about. And one of the issues he mentioned heavily was the absence of a youth policy within Vihiga County. And unfortunately, maybe the assistant director did not inform him quite well. So I was part of the team that developed the Vihiga Youth Service Act, which is a law and enshrines most of the issues among young people. So it's not a youth policy because most the act adapts the Kenya National Youth Policy as a guiding document. And of course, yes, there are a lot of issues that lack within the policy and the current act, such as how to integrate such innovative youth ideas like the youth parliament, among others, as the central cornerstones to youth activism and youth contribution to community. Of course, that's one. Two, I wanted to address the issue of starting somewhere and building a platform through sacrifice and volunteerism. So I always tell the story of Forezava. So Forezava, which is the small project that I happen to be leading at the moment. So Forezava simply stands for the Friends of Vihiga. So Vihiga is a close to 25-kilometer river that traverses across some sections of Vihiga County. And most of you have interacted with it. You know how important it is to us as a source of water for both domestic and commercial use. But if you look around the river, you will see horrible things happening. So for us, we had a conversation with a few of our friends. Many of them had interest. Some had interest in ethnography, others had interest in agriculture, others had interest in planting of trees, among others. So we gradually built the conversation that you can protect the river as well as create other opportunities for young people. So we started out by emphasizing the need for social entrepreneurship. So social entrepreneurship is a new component in programming, in project and programming. So this is whereby you come up with a business. That business is meant for social good, but should be able to source or accumulate resources that create profit. So, and that is how we modeled Forezava. So what is Forezava at the moment? So Forezava at the moment is nearly 8 companies registered by young people across Vihiga County. Forezava Technologies, Forezava Farm, Forezava Harlem Gardeners, there is Progress POG Zero Limited, among others. So these are social enterprises that are creating value. So what is the value that we create? So back in the days, back in 2018, we came together as a few young youths, created a youth group called Progressive Youth Group. So through the group, we would start small activities. So we went by and started creating seedlings and so on and so forth. That is value. Creating seedlings is value. You know, if you pick a seed, pot it, create a seedling, that is value. But then there is something bigger, and I want to really honestly mention something from the Bungoma Youth WASH Parliament that around information. So when you create a seedling, it's only one value. But if you can enable another person know how to and be able to do it, you now have created information on how they can scale that action without your presence. So what we have done over the 2-3 years we've run the project actively, we've been trying to build information. And if you check our social media platforms, our website, all we try to do is publish information consistently. So another piece of value that this WASH Parliament should insist on is that everything that you create, even this discussion, it's a source of information. So this information should be packaged such that it is able to be cascaded to another individual or group of individuals who will now act upon it. So, and I believe you are taking a lot of effort to either record it and also do the notes that will form, as the speakers mentioned, will form part of the report. Lastly, and most importantly, what's the role of youths in this space? The role of youths is just summarized simply as youths should be able to create measurable and sustainable impact. It has two angles. It's measurable, then two, that impact must be sustainable. So measurable in a way that we say, for instance, Forezava works to produce 50,000 seedlings every year. Measurable. So it's measured. We have to work so hard to ensure that we get the 50,000 seedlings every year. Plant, say 15,000 or sell 20,000. This ability to measure will inform how you communicate, be it to partners, be it to stakeholders, or be it to community members. Because these people want to look at what have you done if you've brought on board any partners, how have you used the resources to create impact? It should be sustainable because unfortunately, most of us might be alive for more than 50 years from now. So, and there is a huge scare that in 50 years, the state of the planet might be worse. So if we cannot do things that ensure that we can sustain ourselves as human beings and also the other living organisms within the planet, maybe we will not survive the next 50 years. So it has to be sustainable. And that's why the speaker from Bungoma mentioned something like planting trees. Those are solutions. And these solutions are categorized, as he said, they're nature-based solutions. Nature-based solutions are simple ones. The ones you can do on your farm, the ones you can do with friends, you can do on a river, you can do on anywhere that is natural. But there are also other non-natural, nature-based solutions. These are called tech-based solutions. There are billions, if not millions, of opportunities in both nature-based solutions and tech-based solutions. Why tech-based solutions? Tech-based solutions are important because at some point, human beings might be able to give over or give up our control of the planet to technology. Of course, we have. So if we get to that point, our contribution to the technology will matter. So like for example, we have an AI model that is coming up that will inform some of the work we do, be it tree planting or other aspects of our work. So tech-based solutions can be as simple as developing information for distribution on your platforms, taking a video, taking a photo, communicating on an infographic like the one that was used to communicate about this event. Those simple things that just are intended to inform through technology platforms, they are important. And some people might think, oh, huyu anapenda kupost Facebook, huyu anapenda kupost here and there. It's not that. It's actually the only way we can possibly have a role in the whole matrix. So I want you to take some time and look out for some of the platforms built by those abroad, which are doing amazing because these people have realized why it's important to do something in technology. You could look at the Youth for Climate initiative, something done by the Italian Ministry of Environment and Energy Security. They're doing podcasts, they're doing even just an event like this one, but they make sure that they publish on their websites, they publish it on YouTube. So I mentioned AI at some point. So AI learns from the information on the internet. Unfortunately, at the moment, AI cannot learn from us because most of us don't have information that reflects us on digital platform. Nobody knows about Vihiga, even when you go out there. But if you can package, say, Vihiga or that small stream and water tower within your community, talk about it, talk about the challenges that it faces, you are now positioning yourself as the owner of information about it. And that has other million opportunities in the near future. We talk about AI training in some of the work we do, but this is just gibberish at the moment. The best way to now be able to clearly leverage these opportunities is to be bold enough, go out there, make sure you seek out for research and information on several platforms. I welcome you to look at our website, www.forezava.org, which has some information on all platforms, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and every other, TikTok, YouTube. You can look out for Forezava, just Forezava, the word Forezava. You can get information about some of the work we're doing that informs some of the things we believe might be very relevant in the next 20 or 30 years. But once you look at it, don't just be wowed by the structure of the, say, podcast that we do. Try to now create something of your own. Now, if you cannot create it instantly, one of the other things you do as a WASH Parliament is sit down with the stakeholders and other already existing entities and try to duplicate that action. So say we could partner with 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 members to do a podcast, publish it. So it contributes to information generation. I call it information generation and distribution. So you generate information and then distribute it. Of course, finally, I would like to thank you all for taking the initiative. Know that it's a bold step you've taken as individuals, but gladly you have a big team of friends and a big team of people who are interested in the things you do. These people should be your hope. Thank you very much. See you around.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Kevin Makova, for such very wonderful and great insights. I don't know, Asianya, your hand has been up for quite a while, so maybe